In this section, we're going to talk about SPAN and RSPAN. SPAN is a feature of Cisco Catalyst series switch that extends the monitoring capabilities of existing network analyzers to a switched Ethernet environment. So let's take a look to the SPAN's overview. SPAN mirrors the traffic in a switch segment to a predefined SPAN port. A network analyzer connected to the SPAN port can monitor the traffic from any of the other Catalyst switch ports. As we can see in the figure, we have Ethernet 5 and Ethernet 9 ports of the switch. If you want to monitor the traffic coming to 5th port from the 9th port, we use the SPAN feature and we use a network analyzer on the 9th port of our switch like a Wireshark PC. We have two types of SPAN, and they are local SPAN and the remote SPAN. Local SPAN mirrors traffic from one or more interfaces on the switch to one or more interfaces on the same switch. Please pay attention that local SPAN is made on the same switch. Remote SPAN is an extension of SPAN called the remote SPAN, and RSPAN allows you to monitor traffic from source port distributed over multiple switches, which means that you can centralize your network capture devices. RSPAN works by mirroring the traffic from the source ports of an RSPAN session onto a VLAN that's dedicated for the RSPAN session. This VLAN is then trunked to other switches, allowing the RSPAN session traffic to be transported across multiple switches. On the switch that contains the destination port for the session, traffic from the RSPAN session VLAN is simply mirrored out of the destination port. Here in the figure you can see the RSPAN. Here's the monitoring device, and here is the affected device. If you want to monitor the traffic, the source traffic, you can use the monitoring PC on the far-end switch, as you can see. The configuration of the local SPAN is pretty straightforward, and you can use the monitor session 1 and you can use the source and destination interfaces. Pretty straightforward. And if you want to verify the configuration, you can use the show monitor command. Remote SPAN configuration is easy also, but there are a few steps different from the SPAN config. First, you need to define a remote SPAN VLAN. To define it on the switch, you create the VLAN by using VLAN and VLAN number command. Then you can use the description if you want. The third step is typing the remote SPAN command. Then on the switch 1, which our monitored host is connected to, you can type the monitor session 1 and source interface is gig01, and watch the port on the RX on the receive side. And we have another command in here, and that's monitor session 1 destination, and remote VLAN is our remote SPAN VLAN, and which is 30, as you can see. And that's the monitoring host, and we are monitoring the traffic coming from router to switch from that way.